Force, Women's Division, 1943. Bonnie Shivery. Don't know if any of you remember Bonnie.
Yes, my cousin.
Oh, and well, Bonnie and I went to school together, and it had to be 21 to enlist. Women had to be 21. So when they lowered the age to 19, which was a choice, 18 or 19, we were able to enlist. We were just out of school. And we went to Newcastle, the Army's there, enlisted. Then we were sent to Moncton and had our medical, which, as Joyce said, was something we were only so young, teenagers, and this good-looking, I think, had you all naked on I suppose, a stretcher of some kind. And they went right from the top of your head right to the end of your toe, every little crack and crevice. We had our medical and an IQ test, which was everything that you can think of, another test that I've forgotten. And then we were sworn in, and that was the scary part. We put our hands on the Bible and swore to serve our God and country wherever He wanted to send us. Well, I had never been out of the Miramichi, just Newcastle. I think I was to Fredericton once. So it was kind of scary for a second. Well, then we boarded, we just left Moncton, and we just crossed over onto the tracks and got in the train, and we traveled that night. I never got back home or anything. We traveled that night and went to Ottawa, and we were met there by an Air Force bus, and we were taken to Rockcliffe. And at Rockcliffe, we were taken to the barracks by a corporal who showed us how to make a bed in the Air Force way, and showed us the place they call the ablutions. It was all new to us. That was the washrooms. And climbing into that top bunk was the feet. And then we had, well, there's the bottom bunk, I suppose, but that far off the floor. Then this other one was way over my head, over 6 feet. Well, then you try to get up and get in that. And you kept right on over, because the bunk was only so high. So that had us all laughing. And the mattress was very thin and hard. I know the mattress is no thicker than that, little thin, hard mattress. And the lumps in the pillow, I have no idea what they were, but there was big lumps in the pillow. And my neck was sore for months after. I'll never forget the day I died. And as new recruits, we were grouped into flights of trainees, and each was an administrative officer and several NCOs. As an airwoman, I was vaccinated against smallpox, and 3 shots of TA, BT, and Shik and Dick tests, and all those other tests. And they had those about every time. It seemed like every time you turned around. And routine became the order of my day of life, beginning too early, I thought, in the morning, rebelling at 6:30, breakfast at 7:30, parade at 8:30, instruction at 9, lunch at 12:30, another working parade at 1:55, lectures continued until 5:15 with supper at 6:30, and all trainees were due in at 10 and lights were out at 11. An AW2, that's an airwoman too, received 90 cents a day. And when I left as an LAWS leading airwoman, I was getting $1.25 to the RAF, that's the Royal Air Force, and the Royal Australian Air Force men. It was very important that they recognize our planes from the Germans when they were up there flying. There were just thousands of planes up there. So I taught them the recognition. And they were being trained to be bombers and gunners. One of the highlights of my years in the service was the visit of Her Royal Highness Princess Alice to our barracks in Toronto. And we spent weeks trying to learn the proper way to curtsy. Well, I look back on my Air Force days as a rewarding experience with the knowledge that I was serving my country in time of war. It was a wonderful way to spend the early part of my life. And it was hard work, but it was fun. But it opened up a whole new life for me. And I remember it with special. The Women's Division of the Air Force. And my pride in my uniform. And that I was able to do some work and serve. That our motto was, we serve that men may fly. So that was the extent of my service.